let's take it back. Into the Wayback Machine. I researching a few different pods along the way since I did this relaunch, started digging into the MeMeCherry photo archives, and I got some shots of you, child, from like Popper's days. And Phoebe and like original. And I documented almost every single Oak Lash, so I've got some of that along the way too. So first of all, it's been so cute to see your journey.
Thank you.
My follow-up question, it's becoming a kind of a classic one on the pod in the Barbara Walters portion of the show. Why drag Angel Food Cakes?
Why drag? A good fucking question.
Hi babes. My faulty mic cord strikes again. Apologies for the scratchy audio. I have ordered new cords and we are fixing the issue. Love you all. Mean it.
MeMeCherry presents a series of fortunate events. Fortunate events. Fortunate events. Series of fortunate events.
The flipped is script, and I got that backwards, but that's okay because we're flipping things. The script is flipped. Hello. Welcome back, everybody, to the latest episode of the series of Fortunate About a podcast brought to you by who is it? Who is she? It's MeMeCherry. I always love it's I look them dead in the eyes what are they gonna do now?
I thought I was being quizzed. Yeah.
The best is I'm editing it right now, and I'm doing. You've inspired me with the edits. Oh, by the way, I have not even introduced my guest. Let me introduce before I even start obsessing over you. The light and sweet side of the dish that is, in my crumble opinion, a slice out of the house of cakes and Oakland Seraph. It's Angel Food Cakes.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Welcome.
Wow.
Welcome on board to the Glittery Pirate Ship Radio.
We're scripting the flip.
We're scripting the flip. Yes. So first of all, how do you feel about my relaunch being so Crumble obsessed?
It's a lot of fun. I hadn't watched your podcast back when it was first airing.
Yeah.
So,
I don't blame you.
But when you brought it back and it was this synergy kind of thing happening, so it was a lot of fun just to see that happen and kind of growing alongside each other.
Thank you for pre-producing so many of my guests.
Yeah, we lubed them up for you.
You know what's funny? My first podcast that I had 10, 15 years ago was called Lube It Up and Stick It.
Oh my God.
You can still find the logo floating around the internet. It's a long story why it was a thing and then it disappeared. But yeah, lube it up and stick it. What? Lube it up.
What was what was the conceit? That
we give it to you. What was it?
Every ball.
We give it to you hard, but we lube it up first. And it was very Hot Topics kind of related.
Okay. Was it so heavy topics, but handled lightly?
Yeah,
okay.
It was me and my former best friend. I remember talking about the VMAs and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Okay. Not too heavy.
No. Yeah. Like Hot Topics, but entertainment, pop culture, Hot Topics. But speaking of podcasts and journeys, tell me, what has been the sweet and the sour of being one half of In My Crumble Opinion? Stay hydrated if you're drinking.
Crumble has been super fun. We didn't set out to make something that we were gonna necessarily be filming every week. But we got the reaction that we wanted out of it. Just people really kind of resonated with it. Yeah. So we just were we have to film another one, and then we have to film another one. So we filmed 25 straight episodes, and then we definitely hit a wall because this is the other side to your question.
Yes.
It is so much work.
It is.
And again, we didn't set out to do this, so it's not we set a time set time aside in our schedules to like suddenly be like handling this podcast. So we definitely kind of burnt out a little bit. I don't know for any of you out there who are fans of In My Crumble Opinion, you might have noticed we haven't been uploading episodes for a few weeks. But that's because we just moved to a new house.
Yes.
So everything has been in flux. We've been super busy tearing our hair out, tearing each other's hair out. And so now we're finally starting to get settled, and we're starting to work on season 2.
Yes,
of
come
In
on,
My
season
Crumble Opinion.
dos.
However, I do want to say we did release one episode a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
That was live at Summer Camp 2023.
Yes.
So if you haven't seen that one, please tune in because the views are kind of low on that one, and I put so much work into editing that one.
Well,
so,
speaking of yes, kudos to you because I saw, now that I know what it's like to splice something up and the level that you did with like grouping the questions together, but then having the different people answer them, I know how much work that took.
It was work.
So kudos,
And I put that one out in the middle of our move. So like I like truly gave myself the most work at the worst time, but I was so proud with the end result.
It's
that,
so good.
I think it's really good.
Yeah, it's so good. So yeah.
We've got to guess.
Oh, okay. Okay, no, please don't touch me. Okay. Okay.
Live series Fortunate Events Pod.
Okay. Yeah.
Speaking of editing, yeah.
That's gonna stay in because it's just part of the reality, and I love capturing the chaotic moments on this podcast. I wasn't expecting to have my personal space invaded like
Fully
that,
invaded.
but I'll take it as a compliment, okay? And he didn't touch me, so that's great because if he touched me, then I would have had to. Yeah. Anyways,
How often do you think about the Roman Empire? Because there's invaders out here.
Whew. Okay, and correction. Speaking of podcasts that we
3
steal
minutes
from, wow. Okay, yeah. So please check out the summer camp episode of In My Crumble Opinion. It's super cute. I can't wait for season 2 to come back. I will be graciously accepting my invite someday.
Period.
But I will tell you, taking a few weeks off, even a month off because of a move, I took 3 years off after my last move.
Yeah.
So you're doing fine.
And we'll probably
You're doing
do
great,
like
sweetie.
we're probably going to do like a bi-weekly
Yeah.
for season 2.
Yeah.
But like very proud of ourselves for putting out like basically a season of television
Yes.
worth of like hour-long
Yes,
episodes.
yes.
Like, God.
No, and y'all have a life. Like, I'm a little psychotic right now. Like, I'm not dating. All I have is a job and a dog. I'm like, yeah, let's do 3 podcasts a week. Why not?
Yeah, you are crazy for that.
I stumbled a little bit because I got sick last week. So it broke my pace. I was so on pace for the live show to be number 100. Which is part of the reason why I've been like
holy shit.
going crazy with it because I really wanted the live show to be 100. But it's okay. It'll
Oh my
probably be like
God.
90 something.
What number is this?
This is, I believe, like late 80s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gag.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Ambrose was 85. I think Hans was 86. I'm working on Shiksa. Hennessy
88.
is in the can.
89.
And then, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Little by little. Who knows?
1989.
It might get
Taylor
crazy, and October 7th might just be the 100th. Ooh, what if it's 99? 99 is kind of cute.
99's cute. I like the number 8. That's my lucky number.
Yeah.
So I like that I'm in the 80s.
Yes, we love it. And as an 80s baby, I appreciate that too. So another thing that, well, let's take it back. Into the Wayback Machine. I researching a few different pods along the way since I did this relaunch, started digging into the MeMeCherry photo archives, and I got some shots of you, child, from like Popper's days.
Oh,
You
no.
and
Oh,
Phoebe
no.
and like and I documented almost every single Oak Lash. So I've got some of that along the way too. So first of all, it's been so cute to see your journey.
Thank you.
My follow-up question, it's becoming a kind of a classic one on the pod in the Barbara Walters portion of the show. Why drag Angel Food Cakes?
Why drag? A good fucking question. It just kind of happened. I, like many people, I started watching RuPaul's Drag Race around, I think the first episode of Drag Race I watched was the finale of season 5. And then I watched season 6. That's when I started watching it. So, I was towards the end of college.
Bianca?
That was Bianca Nador and Courtney Act, I guess.
Yes. Courtney Act.
So I started watching that and, was like obsessed with it like everyone else.
Yeah.
And so I started just thinking, like, oh, that looks like so much fun. I have like these silly ideas that would be like so fun, but nothing, not going out of my way or anything. But then I met Phoebe right around the time that she was starting drag. And so her very first drag number that she was booked for, I was one of her backup dancers for. And she took it so seriously, this like Florence and the Machine pup play Cruella de Vil number. Yeah, every drag queen has to go through like a pup play phase. Every drag queen in San Francisco.
I want to interview a pup on the podcast.
Phoebe's past that phase, so you don't have one yet, don't Anyway, I need to like wash this taste away. She did that one. She took it so seriously. So she had like 4 rehearsals for this number.
This totally tracks.
This like nobody's surprised by this. But I like at that time had only recently moved to Oakland. I'd been in the East Bay for years, but it was like I just in Oakland still didn't have like a whole lot of friends. And so it was just like really wanted to like do things and like be around people. So I was like at every rehearsal 10 minutes early, like super into it. And so after the show, she was like, "Hey, you were great to work with. Do you want to like do more like stuff with me?" And I was like, "Hell yes." And then eventually, I remember Oakland Pride of whatever year, 2018 or whatever, was the first time I like got in drag and then went to Club Poppers. And performed. So that was my debut was at Club Poppers.
That tracks.
Yeah.
Shout out, Mama.
No one's surprised. And shout out Anomalia Towers.
Yes.
No longer doing drag in the Bay Area.
Yeah. They come, they go, but they make their mark along the way. And so
speaking of Pup, you could probably book her.
Oh, there you go. Please reach out to me. I'm so fascinated by pup play, pony play. I really need to get out this year and like walk around Folsom and like see if like I can find some chatty catty.
You're right on time.
Yeah.
To the viewers at home, Folsom is this weekend from when we're filming. So
and
we'll
Folsom
see if Folsom Street Fair is San Francisco's leather and fetish parade, not a parade.
Festival.
So like, we'll see if when you come back for the episodes you film after this, if you're gonna have a new outfit, all leather, leather and nothing else.
I'm sweating as it is in this, but yeah. Which, by the way, I've been like kind of color coordinating by accident with my last couple of guests, and this is kind of like a little vibe.
Yeah, a little,
It's a little moment.
It's a lovely muted.
I feel like we're on a date. It's cute.
I love that like your podcast feels like a date. Like it's at
Most H-Word podcast. I flirt with all my guests.
It's very cute. Like you get this beautiful like natural lighting. We're facing the streetscape. It's very cute. When you were telling me that you were going to start filming here, I thought that was just such a cute idea.
Yay! I love it. Yeah, you were one of the first ones I picked your brain. You helped me kind of flesh out the relaunch. I was so nervous. And the first couple of ones, there was kind of like, it's like you got the rust on, it's kind of falling off, but I feel like I'm in a groove now. I'm really enjoying it. I'm so freaking grateful for you and Phoebe because you really did. I was like low key, high key jealous watching Crumble. And I was like, I want to play with my friends. And the thing about the podcast is like, I love hanging out. Like I love going to the club. I love going to parties, but like it gives me an excuse to like get intimate and like hang out with people in a way that like I normally wouldn't necessarily get a chance
Totally.
to. So
Yeah.
it's super cute.
And like just to like add on to that, same with Crumble, where it's just like the best part is like we get to like, you know, film these like stupid segments and things with like all these people that we love, and then like it's great fun.
I love it. No, and the other thing that I love about our little kind of like local podcast ecosystem is that
district.
we all have our own little voices, you know, like for as much as I reference Crumble and I joke that like I'm a spinoff, like I'm very much my own thing. You guys are your own thing. I'm hoping that we can maybe expand it into like a little network up here, and I want to get a King going. I want to help produce like a King podcast.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
RKO FM.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Well, so the other one that you kind of made a little bit of reference to, but Oaklash, it's so iconic, that video of Phoebe speaking of taking it so seriously, and it's so dumb, going from a very serious In the Shallows to let's get soaking wet, which is like iconic.
Dive in the pool.
British cigarette dancery. Let's get dancery.
Also, that was the first time we ever performed with Beefcakes.
Yes.
I don't think was going by Beefcakes yet, or maybe, I don't remember. But
They just were very beefy and cakey.
It was a family affair.
Yes, it's a family affair. So the other place that I know you from, like bopping around the scene, that you're quite a presence of is Rollin with the Homos. Tell me about Rollin.
Yeah. I was like, with what?
I know you're like, what you talking about?
Rollin with the Homos is a drag roller disco party that happens every fourth Sunday at Oakland Township Commons.
Happening this weekend.
It's too late for you, but there will be one at the end of October. It's one of my favorite things in the entire world. It's just like it started. Mama Celeste and Nikki Jizz host this. They started it in February of 2021. So it was like one of the, if not like the first like drag event anyone was able to like attend IRL,
pandemic.
like during the pandemic. So me and Phoebe and Prince X and Celeste and a lot of other people picked up roller skating during the pandemic. And it was just this like, you know, super kind of emotional thing where it was like, this is something we can do to actually like hang out together because it's outside. It's like, it's safe, but we're also like learning this really cool, really fun new trick that was like, you know, popular on TikTok at the time. And it's just like learning it, and like, cause it was the middle of the pandemic. We picked it up in like September of 2020. There's nothing else to do.
Yes.
So we skated every single day. So we got really good, like really fast, like, cause we didn't have, I mean, we had jobs, but like we had nothing else to be doing except like doing this every day. So we got really good, and then Celeste and Nikki started this show, and just like that first one was super ad hoc. We used like Phoebe's like Bluetooth speakers that were not loud enough because like it ended up being this giant crowd. We made like so much money that first one, I remember. But like everyone was there, you know. It was just like the first few months, it was just like everyone.
It was the place to be.
It was the place to be because there was no other place
to be.
So I've been to almost every single Rollin with the Homos ever since. The first one that I missed was August of 22, and I only missed it because me and Phoebe Beef and Butter, the House of Cakes, represented Rollin with the Homos at the Gaggle Royale, a pageant that we won on Rollin with the Homos' behalf. That was the only one I had missed, and then I finally, like, recently was, like, out of town in Provincetown and actually officially missed my first Rollin with the Homos.
I started going to Rolling this year, and the first one that I went to, I gagged, and I was like, I'm going to be coming back to this. It was when you did Paris Hilton's Stars Are Blind with a blindfold.
I blindfolded myself.
What?
Yeah. I did do that. It was a gag. Everyone was
Oh
gagged.
my gosh. And actually, I think that might not have been the first one that I went to, because I think the first one that I went to was last year's Oaklash.
Oh,
one,
okay. That one was
where
big.
Beef jumped off
into
the
the
railing.
estuary.
That was my actual first one because I worked it.
That was a good one.
Yes.
Right, because it was the final event of Oaklash 2022.
Yes.
That was such a
Iconic.
fucking cool show.
Oh my gosh, so good. Well, this Sunday will already be past it by the time that I post this silly little show. Excuse my weed cough. But October, you mentioned October. Is October the last one for the year?
October is going to be the last one for the year. We're trying something new, and we are doing a winter hiatus.
Okay, yeah.
We've done it every month since February 2021, but we are going to take a little break. This
Mama
year.
mentioned it.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's so cute and sweet. I love that. Before we go into our sweet commercial break, where we taste test this beautiful tiramisu that chef brought out from the kitchen, doing some little testing in the kitchen of here at Fluid 510. First of all, thank you, Fluid 510, for being the sponsor of the podcast.
Thank you, Fluid 510.
Yes. They will also be hosting the live show October 7th.
Wow.
I cannot stop coming.
Podcast live.
4 p.m. to 6 p.m. October 7th.
Fluid 510.
Yes. So yes, let's make sure that you come through. It's going to be a fun, cute time. It's going to be my drag debut. I've been teasing this drag debut for 7 years now at this point. I've been teasing that it's my ode to an internet personality that's no longer on the internet. I've teased that this internet personality has a lot of dogs. I've teased that in the intro of their videos, you would get a squeaky, squeaky. And yes, it's going to be Jenna Marbles.
I was going to say Jenna Marbles.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
So come through to Fluid 510 to watch my drag debut that is inspired by Jenna Marbles. It's going to be very silly, very dumb, very stupid.
Oh my God.
It's going to be super cute. My fairy godparents, La Chucha, is currently hard at work helping get my look together. Shiksa will be doing my wiggaroony.
Cute.
Which is very much a part of the whole fantasy of the stupidity of it all. And my makeup fairy is fluttering around right now, trying to get captured. So that will be soon to be announced. So more to come.
Oh, I see what you're cooking here.
Yeah, 'cause
I
I'm an
smell what
orphan.
you're stepping in.
I'm an orphan, so I don't have a drag
Cute.
parent. So I'm going to have fairy
That's
drag.
that sounds really
parents.
fun.
Yes.
And it's all going to be live?
Yes.
Oh, gag.
Yes. So come be in the audience. We're going to do a little bit of drag. We're going to do some potting. So we'll have like a mini podcast.
We're going to
I'm
pot some
thinking
plans.
of framing it as, because my debut was silly and dumb, I might host the silliest and dumbest mini pageant ever. So that might be the podcast version portion.
I mean, stiff competition. Turbo pageant was maybe the silliest, dumbest.
Oh,
mini
of course,
pageant
of
ever.
course, of course. Well, that's why this was mini.
Yeah, I guess like I call it a mini pageant. It was 4 weeks long. I guess that does not count.
Yeah, 30 minutes. 30 minutes to versus 4 weeks. I'm a claim the mini. Okay, perfect. Before we go, in your
Crumble.
semi-cunty opinion, State of the Union of drag. What does Angel Food Cakes think?
Of like all of it.
Whatever you take of the question.
That's a good question. I'm going to deliberately narrow that down into Bay Area drag.
Sure.
Because I don't know, there's always a lot of great things happening in Bay Area drag. So it's like, I don't know, since I've been involved in the scene, I've never known there to be a slump. There's always just like really cool people coming up. It's going great. Like me and Phoebe were just talking to our sister Beefcakes.
Yes.
About the next pageant coming up in the Bay Area,
Butch Queen,
which is going to be in early November. And that's just a lot of fun to like have those kinds of events where you get to see people like Beef and Chucha who have competed, but you're waiting to kind of see kind of the
Yes.
100% version of what they can do at
The
something
crystallized
like that.
and realized.
And then Hennessy Williams also
Yes.
doing that one. But then also Venus Superstar Bazaar
Yes.
is competing in that one. And House Bazaar is one of those kind of up and coming collectives.
Was just introduced to them at Beef's brunch show.
Yeah, they're very cool.
Oh my
and
God,
I'm
so
very
cool.
excited to kind of see
Yes.
what they do. So like, I don't know, it's always a lot of fun seeing young people or new people. They can be old, coming in and just bringing kind of fresh life, and it's going well.
Yeah.
The State of the Union of the Bay Area drag scene is strong.
I love it. We like strong things around here. I'm really trying to limit the H word of it all, but I can't help it sometimes.
We're gonna crush a watermelon with our thighs.
Oh my
during the break.
God, yes, I love that. Here's your spoon. Cheers.
We're eating soup.
I know. I was like, I need another spoon, and then I got these. So thank you again, Fluid 510. Thank you, chef. We're gonna taste this cute little.
If you haven't been to Fluid 510 yet,
tiramisu.
their kitchen is very good.
So good, and the
Um,
menu rotates and changes.
It does, which I discovered the last time I was here this past weekend.
You're like, may I please have?
because their Spanish octopus wasn't on the menu. I was
Mm.
like, damn, that Spanish octopus was good.
Oh my God, that's so good. Mm.
Mm. That's a good tiramisu.
That's really good.
It's very light.
Okay, well, as you heard Sweet Angel say, we're gonna go squeeze watermelons in the back. Just enough that they just crack and a little bit of juice comes out.
Just a trickle.
In my crumble opinion. Hi, I'm Phoebe Cakes, and you're tuning in to In My Crumble Opinion. Hello, my little crumb whores. Hi, my little crumb dumpsters. Hello, my little crumb guzzlers. Welcome, my little crumb dumpsters. Hello, my little crumb guzzlers. Hello, my little crumb hungry sub pigs. Hello, my little crumb buckets. Hello, my little cum lovers. Oh my God, I said cum lovers. Hello, my little crumb lovers. Go ahead and like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Follow me on all social media platforms.
Oh my god, that was so gay.
Yeah, that was gay. Once again, I am Phoebe Cakes. In my crumble opinion.
Hot. You eat you hot.
And we're hot and we're cute and we're cute and we're hot and we're cute and we're cute and we're hot.
Who
And we're
is it?
back.
It's
Yes.
like, is it Ava Max? Who's
The song?
Yeah.
I have no idea, but I'm here so much that half of these songs I just know
Uh-huh.
them. I know that some of them are Kim Petras, but this is not Kim
Yeah,
Petras.
all the pop girlies do this thing now where they just like will use the melody from like a song that was
Yes.
a dance song from the 90s.
90s, yeah.
And then like don't change it at all, but like add their own lyrics to
Yeah.
it. It's kind of funny. It's like
Yeah.
shouldn't you like make it your own a little bit more?
Well, it's interesting too because I was watching a video of T-Pain talking about the publishing of Let Me Buy You a Drink. And because he referenced so many other songs in that song, even though the song is a hit, the publishing is split like 10 ways.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
So that's going to happen to these
That's
little pop
cool.
girlies too.
I like a good sample where it's
Yes.
like kind of a little deconstructed,
Yeah.
where you can still recognize exactly
A reference, not a
what
sample,
it is.
maybe.
Like Break My Soul. Ooh,
Testing?
they're testing.
We gotta hurry the fuck up. That's what I heard. And come on, they still got 20 minutes. Yes. So we're gonna get through some little games before we get pushed out of here for a political event because Fluid 510 hosts all different kinds of events.
They're trying to
And-
silence us.
Censorship. This is homophobia. So we have Kiki, Kai Kai, Bill, because we are no longer drugging or unaliving drag performers without their consent. But I will not yuck your yum if that's what you're into. This is
Oh, I'm comfortable yucking that yum. Don't kill people.
Yeah, what Angel said. So Kiki Kai Kai Bill Crumble Guest Edition.
Ooh.
On this Kiki Kai Kai Bill pageant stage, I'm gonna give you 3 contestants. You're gonna tell me who you want to kiki with,
Okay.
who you want to kai kai with,
Okay.
and who you're gonna send a bill to.
Okay.
First up, we have Lucinda Puss, recent guest of the pod. Rosie Petals, recent guest on your pod.
Most recent.
And La Chucha, guest on both pods. We're crossing streams
okay.
here.
Okay. Let's see. Ooh, that's hard. Like you never think this
Mimi
game
likes
is gonna
it
be that
hard.
hard, and then it's
It's so
actually like
hard.
it's like a hard.
When Mama flipped it on me, I was like, wait, this is what it feels like. I was like, oh my God. We have Lucinda Puss, Rosie Petals, La Chucha.
I'll start Kai Kai with La Chucha.
Yes.
Just weird. I don't know what's gonna happen. There's bugs all over the place.
But it'll be sensual, I
like
think.
finding out where else they have like bugs tattooed on their body.
Ooh. Ooh, tic-tac-toe with the bugs. Lucinda and Rosie.
Yeah. Kiki with Rosie.
Yes.
Because like just listening to her talk is like such a delight.
Talk about 90s dance songs. You can
don't
just
need to
like
say
dance
anything.
away to
You
like
just
90s dance songs.
let her talk and like and I'm
And that
sending
accent, come on.
the accent, it's just so cute.
So
she
cute.
like had stories about like people not knowing she's Irish, and I was just like, what do you mean? Like
Ignorantes. That's
so-
just ignorant people.
It's right there.
So you're sending a
And
bill.
I'm sending a bill to Lucinda. What
kind of bill are you sending,
Lucinda? She has to come pay due by coming and filming another episode of In My Crumble Opinion with us
yes.
because she was the very first one. We need to do
When it was a review
proper
show.
one. Exactly. Yeah, we need one that's about Lucinda Puss and not
The
about
proper
RuPaul's Drag
evolution.
Race. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Look at that. We're playing nicely. Next up on our Kiki Kai Kai Bill stage, we have the bully herself, Sally Limon, the beauty herself, Bonita Rose, and the wig magician herself, Shiksa.
Okay, I'm comfortable sending bills to all 3 of these.
Bill. I will take a triple bill. Are they all getting the same bill?
They're let me think. Let's break it down.
What does this invoice look like, and what are the payment terms?
Yeah. I'll let's see. No, I can't think of 3 bills. Bills are like I send invoices for my job. That's like one of those things that I do. But like,
How about they all split up your
like,
rent
ugh.
and they just pay your rent? How about that?
yeah, no, I'll answer earnestly. Kiki with Sally. She's
Okay.
like one of the funniest people that I
Yes.
know.
Yes.
It's
so cute.
Yeah. Kai Kai with Bonita. Desperate, hungry, desperate for it. And I'm sending a bill to Shiksa. I'm billing her for the labor that she forced me to do, sitting through a 15-minute Prince X pageant number. It's gonna be. I'm gonna charge my hourly rate, so it's gonna be like $75 or something.
And we charge up to the hour.
Right, we round up.
You're doing so good. Okay. Next up, we have the horse princess herself, Princess Panocha, aka God's little princess. We have Cochina Rude, and we have current reigning drag queen of the year, Nicole Jessington, aka Nikki Jizz.
Ooh, cute. Okay, Kai Kai with Cochina.
Cute.
Just like that, like stocky little body.
Yeah.
Ugh. Who doesn't want? The like quick
And I feel
aside.
like Cochina's like deceptively strong.
Yes. No, it's like no, not deceptively. It's
Just
like
strong.
kind of it's pretty like on the face
Strong
of
gay.
it. Yeah. But everyone's always horny for Cochina,
Yeah.
but like when they wore the rat costume
Yeah.
at Oclash,
Yes.
like the astronomical levels of like horniness that everyone had. And then they posted a video onto Twitter or Instagram or something at this like disastrous Burning Man that just happened. Where everything was like flooded and muddy.
Yes.
And they posted a video.
Flooding man.
The flooding man. Burning, soaking man.
Wow, yes.
They posted a video with like latex gloves on their feet.
Oh my god.
Haunting. But it was giving like rat feet. So I was like, uh-oh.
Do I have a thing for rats?
Stirring.
Am I a ratophile?
So that's one out of the way.
Panooch and Nicole Jissington.
Yeah. Nikki Jizz, I want to kiki with all the time.
Such a good
just
time.
like one of the best people
Yeah.
that there is.
Yeah.
Like just
Period.
a delight every time.
Yeah.
Just like so talented and so beloved, but so humble, so
Yes.
sweet.
Yes.
Just everyone loves Nikki Jizz, and for good reason.
Yes.
Like star in, not even in the making, she is a star. It's
A
just
star.
she's ascended.
Yes. We get to be in her presence.
Yeah. And I'm sending a bill to Princess Pinocha for $500 so that she can't spend that money on nose drugs.
Not my song. Okay. Next up on our Kiki Kai Kai bill, we have Florida Man, we have Mama Celeste, and we have Beatrix Lahane.
Ooh, that one's hard. I want to cut. I don't want to kiki with all of that. That's not what I said. I want to kiki with all of them.
Freudian
They're all-
slip.
yeah. All at once.
Yes.
No, they're all so
kiki.
fun to talk to. They're all so funny and smart.
So smart. Thank you. Yes.
Oh, this one's really hard because it could go anyway.
I love all three of them so much.
Yeah. Like Florida Man is just like such a crazy genius.
Yes.
Mama Celeste is like just like, you know, the mastermind of the Bay Area.
Yes.
But Beatrix is like on a normal day, Beatrix is just kind of there. She'll just be like, you'll be walking and it's like,
yeah.
But when you put a microphone into her hand,
Yes.
she's like the funniest person in the world.
Yes.
So let's see.
With the driest
Yeah.
sense of humor, but so good.
Yeah. I'm billing all of them for
Bill.
emotional distress.
There we go.
I'm too heightened. Yeah. What's the statute of limitations on this?
30-day payment terms. Last up, our last set of contestants on this Kiki Kai Kai Bill Crumble guest. And there's so many guests I couldn't have them all on the stage. So please don't be offended if you didn't make it onto this really, really fucked up pageant. We have Lisa Frankenstein, Mary Weiss, and Hennessy Williams.
Ooh, okay.
This is not a pageant you want to win.
Let's see. I'm gonna kiki with Lisa Frankenstein.
Yes.
One of my all-time favorites when I first started going and seeing drag in the Bay Area. Lisa was one of the first ones that I was like a fan of. Just they've been there since the beginning for me.
Yes.
And getting to know them better over the years has been just like such a delight. They're such a lovely person.
Another smart one.
Another
Such a
smart one.
cookie.
Yeah, just so funny, so weird, so kooky.
Yeah.
So Kiki with Lisa Frankenstein.
I love you, Lisa.
I'm sending a bill to Mary Weiss.
Because she's so gorgeous.
Payable to Translucent.
Yes. I like that.
Yeah.
You're the Robin Hood of the Kiki Kai Kai Bill.
Right. I'm redistributing the wealth.
Yes, we love that.
I'm just a conduit here.
That's very me coded, so I like that.
I'm choosing to Kai Kai with Hennessy. Hennessy is super cute, but I'm angling for like a three-way with Eddie.
Trend alert, it came up. I just recorded with Hennessy, and Hennessy was saying that, you know, everybody wants a piece of Eddie.
Everyone wants a piece of Eddie. He's hot.
Talented.
He's got like smoking body.
Yes.
But he's also like talented. He's a drag photographer,
Yes.
among other things.
Yes.
But just like one of the like biggest sweethearts. It's just like
and so cute.
Full package.
Look at you survived Kiki Kai Kai Bill. But I don't think you're ready to go from the frying pan to the fire.
Oh my god.
Please describe each member of the House of Cakes as a pastry.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, that is hard. Okay, first let's try to name all the members of the House of Cakes.
As many as you can.
Jesus.
It is a
and
pastry
then
shop.
Yeah, let's try to name the pastries also. Phoebe Cakes is a Queen Amon.
Yes.
I think that like doesn't need explanation.
Okay.
But it's very decadent.
Ooh.
But it's in the name.
Yes.
Let me think. What other pastries are there? There's like
Beef.
croissants. There's Danish. There's okay. I'm gonna make Eris a Danish.
Ooh.
Just because, like, to me, there's something kind of like comical about a Danish. It's like a
Yes.
weird
Yes,
pastry to
it's
me.
kooky.
Its name is Danish. So that's Eris. She's always doing some corny shit.
Yes. I feel like beef is a savory pastry.
That makes sense.
Like an empanada.
Yeah, there's some sweat that went into this one. I'm not gonna give her empanada. No, that's no, we're not treading. She's Greek, but she's still white. Well, let me my go-to pastry. Let me kind of narrow in on that.
Yeah.
Almond croissant.
Okay.
I always want an almond croissant.
Okay.
Marzipan, but like flaky crust.
Yeah.
If you want a good almond croissant, don't go to Starter Bakery.
Pew pew pew.
Go to almost anywhere else. So Prince X Cakes
Okay.
is my almond croissant.
Oh, okay.
I could always take some Prince X. They're
Okay.
just one of the best people that I know. They're a delight. They're so sweet, so helpful, so smart. So that's my almond croissant. God, there's so many more cakes, and I'm like can't think of any more pastries. I guess I'm gonna call a muffin a pastry.
Yes, of course. I'll take it.
I don't know if
Any
that's
baked
I don't know if
good.
it's fair. I don't know if it's fair. Oh wait, okay. I'll.
You can make them baked.
Okay, there's
goods.
this cafe near Lake Merritt, and they serve these sourdough rolls
Okay.
that are made next door at Leaning Tower Pizzeria,
Ooh, that sounds
and they're
so
so
yummy.
delicious. They're just you go there in the morning, and they have these it's like a ball of sourdough bread, but it's stuffed with either sausage and onions or mushrooms and onions. And it's so delicious, and it's also down the block from where
I love me a
Beefcakes
savory
lives.
pastry.
And she's an ogre. She like onions, so Beefcakes is a sourdough roll, and Beefcakes knows how much of a compliment that is because she's had those, and she
Yes.
knows how much I
That
adore
tracks.
them.
That
So,
tracks for me.
That she should be grateful for that one.
Be grateful,
Yeah.
you sourdough.
Yeah. I'm gonna make translucent a muffin.
Cute.
I love muffins, and they're just you never don't want.
Is it
A
a
fucking
chocolate muffin, a
muffin.
banana muffin, a
Um,
poppy seed muffin?
I was gonna say poppy seed just because that's one of my go-tos.
I love a poppy
seed
seed.
muffin.
Ooh, a lemon poppy seed.
Poppy seed.
Telling you. I'm salivating right now.
Yeah, with that
I'm gonna have
little
to bake
glaze
this
on
weekend.
top. Yeah, I actually think I preferred a regular poppy seed muffin, but I have very bland tastes overall. I'm comfortable eating
Wow,
plain
Phoebe.
cornflakes. Yeah.
Anyone else you want to classify?
Yeah.
in the
No,
house?
I do want. I feel like I'm gonna make Holly into a salted chocolate chip cookie.
Ooh.
Also quite decadent, but styled very well.
Yes.
You need that flaky,
Yes.
flaky salt.
The salt
on
that
top
you see.
that brings a little bit of tang out.
Yes.
And then who else? We got a few
How
house
about you?
members that I'm that I'm missing here.
What about yourself? We'll wrap it up with you.
I mean, I feel like I I'm not being self-deprecating. I think this is a good one.
Okay.
But just a plain croissant.
You just did say that you have a pretty vanilla palate.
I do have a pretty vanilla palate in general. I mean, I love spicy
We were talking
things.
about
I eat
croissants
everything.
earlier.
I eat everything, but I'm okay eating something that's a little.
You track as a
less-
croissant.
Yeah, a good flaky croissant
Yes.
is one of life's simple pleasures. I'm simple and I'm a pleasure.
And they're not that simple to make. So you're
No,
actually
they're
not
not.
that simple.
But also it's you cut it open,
Yeah.
you throw ham and cheese and an egg and, you know, some spicy aioli or something. You've got yourself a fucking
Have you seen the people
sandwich.
on TikTok that make like waffle sandwiches out of croissants?
No.
They put it like they make like a croissant sandwich and then they put it into like the waffle maker.
Oh,
and,
that's
like,
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anywho, Stoner. Thank you for describing every member of the House of Cakes as a baked good. Final.
Sorry if I missed you. Sorry to Butter and Strawberry
No,
and
it's okay.
Teeter and am I missing someone? I don't know.
You were missed but never forgotten. Last but not least, I'm bringing back a speed round. I'm just gonna throw a question at you. You answer it as quickly as you can. Doesn't have to be a one-word answer, but we're just gonna fire them at you. How long?
Tallahassee.
No, that was trivia. Oh, by the way, we killed it at trivia, aka you killed it, and I was your teammate, and I helped with like the few questions that you didn't know. But my gosh,
there was a round that we got every single question right.
probably the geography one because you knew
It
everything.
was the geography one. No, there was one recently I played. I think that you were not there, so I'm not going to go into this. But I swept around, got every single question right.
I'm not
It was
surprised.
like you had to identify the decade that each historical event happened, and I was the only team that was playing by myself, and I got a perfect score.
Of course you did. If you
I
go
went to Berkeley.
to the Port Bar for trivia and Angel doesn't have a teammate, match yourself up with Angel. You will probably win. Okay, Angel, food cakes. Are you ready for Sophie Pod? Speed round.
Are you ready?
Speed round. All right. Stretch. Okay. Do you consent?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, speed round. How long does it take Angel Food Cakes to get into the gig?
2 hours.
Worst part of being a content creator.
All the work.
Best part of being a content creator.
All the attention.
Shadiest thing you've heard in a green room.
Ooh, this, I guess it's not shady. All I can think is this one queen who was like making this like off color, like almost racist joke. And everyone was just
R.I.P.
like,
Heclina,
no,
sorry.
baby, we got to move on.
Nicest thing you've heard in a green room.
Jasmine Kennedy, when she did Princess at Oasis, the sweetest person. Everything she said was just like so touching and heartwarming. And she watched our number and then told us how lovely it was.
She seems like a sweetie.
Yeah.
Last but not least, what is the future of drag, Angel Food Cakes?
I mean, like I said before, I do see House Bazaar as this up and coming entity that's going to have a lot of impact in the Bay Area drag scene. The future of drag as a whole, it's a good question. I mean, drag is such like a hot button political issue these days, which is like crazy. So I do think that it is gonna kind of like be this bellwether of like, you know, politicians and stuff are going to be like, how are you treating drag queens? But like as an extension, because drag queens are usually kind of the smoke screen for the real people they actually want to go after, which is like trans people.
Yeah.
How are you treating those people? And you know, whenever we come out on the other side of whatever weird historical upheaval we're currently in the middle of,
Because there'll be another one.
right, that I think is going to be one of the kind of defining questions of like,
markers.
who were you during that time?
Yeah, because to me it feels like drag queens, aka and or you know trans people are the new gay people, and because you know being gay is not so you know looked down upon, it's become more palatable, it's become more mainstream. People have the gay son, the gay daughter, the gay friend, the gay you know boss, whatever. And so what's the next boogie scary monster that we can look at instead of the Catholic Church.
And there's so many gay people who are like happy to throw trans people under the bus if it means that they get some kind of acceptance in the upper echelons.
It's the oppressed aligning with the oppressor lest they be oppressed.
Right. So it's like, we'll see how that works out for you, sweetie. But
and also learn your fucking history.
Yeah. The great thing is that, you know, we get to enjoy living in the Bay Area, living in California. We do really get to enjoy, this kind of bubble of safety.
Yeah.
We're not going to get complacent or anything. But then here, especially in the Bay Area drag scene, it is such a fun and uplifting space to be in. And there's just like people looking out for each other in like cool ways that it just always feels really good to be around all the people who do drag in the Bay Area, and it's a great place to be.
Well, I'm kind of excited that this political event is actually happening right now, because one of my council members, who I know because I've been showing up to city council meetings because me and some tenants have been fighting our corporate landlord.
Ooh, period.
And so Tony Daysog, I'm about to see him in a minute. And so I'm only, first of all, I'm going to say like, thank you for, being fair, because he has been fair during these city council meetings. We have one big fight left. So this is my chance to get in front of him. But I also want to ask the follow-up of like, what are you doing for your queer contingency, your the people that you represent, especially here showing up to a queer space.
Totally. And it is nice that in Oakland we do have elected officials who do show up. Phoebe a little while ago hosted a event at the Port Bar with Pamela Price, who is Alameda County's district attorney. And she was incredible. Getting to know her was really cool. I think that she's doing a lot of really great work, trying to turn the institution of the district attorney, top prosecutor's office, into something that's not as much of a weapon against the working class and poor people.
Finally.
And so, of course, she is getting a lot of backlash for that. So, if you always hold your elected officials accountable, because like none of them are going to be, everything. But when some of them are doing something that is, moving in the right direction, people are going to hate them for it. So, show up to give them your support as well. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, and I feel like, today was interesting, right? Because I've been recording here in downtown Oakland, since the relaunch. For most of the episodes, once in a while we record somewhere else. And, you hear the music go by and it's like, okay, it's part of like the ambiance. And like having that gentleman come in who was having a moment, to me, it's like, I'm still like I don't, it's like more than anything, it was about like my personal space. Like, please don't touch me was like my biggest reaction. But to me, it's like, we're all just one bad accident away from being like in a bad place like that. And so like, let's have compassion. Let's stop with all this Fox News, like, oh, liberal cities and like blah, 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 and da, 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 da. Nothing's perfect. We're trying to figure shit out. This is all a reaction to previous shit that's been happening for decades. This is not, the rose didn't grow out of nowhere.
And I know that like San Francisco and Oakland specifically are like big punching bags they're always big punching bags for, the conservatives, but like, especially right now. And it's always funny seeing that shit, because it's just like, I have the immense privilege of actually living here.
Exactly.
And I can't imagine ever leaving. It's just like the best place that you could possibly be.
Well, on that note, because we are going to get kicked out of here in a minute for this event, please tell all the muggles, ghouls, children, rainbows, unicorns, and everybody in between where they can find Angel Food Cakes.
Oh, you can find me at Food for the Angels on Instagram and Twitter. There's a digit 4 in the Twitter handle. You can catch me at Rollin with the Homos every fourth Sunday at Oakland Township Commons.
Yes.
Down by the water. And you can catch me behind the camera on In My Crumble Opinion. Follow us on YouTube. And we also have a Patreon that we release exclusive content onto. Also available on Spotify, but I'm not as good about uploading it there. So catch us on YouTube.
Catch. If you are watching our beautiful faces on YouTube. Please please hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment. Tell Angel how cute they are. Tell me how cute I am. Tell us what you think,
So cute.
what pastry you think we are. I want to know in the comments what pastry you think.
Please let me
Angel
know
is.
another pastry because I don't know if there are any more pastries.
I feel like I could come up with a few, but yeah. I like you also give me, well, speaking of lemon poppy seed, I love a lemon poppy seed scone, like a mini scone.
Ooh, a scone.
And you give me like mini scone, maybe mini
A
vanilla,
scone.
like a mini
scone.
vanilla
like a vanilla
scone.
bean.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm very much a quesito or an empanada.
Empanada, I see for you. Yeah.
Nice and meaty. That's how I like it. If you are listening to the podcast, please go to Apple Podcasts, leave a 5-star review. Tell me how amazing I am. And please come on down to Fluid 510.
Fluid 510.
October 7th, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the live show. Come catch my drag debut. Come catch me be silly. Come catch me do an ode to the sweet, sweet Jenna Marbles. SOFEpod.com/live, SOFEpod.com/LIVE for all the information. And you know what? Because I love you all so much, these tickets are actually worth $299, but I'm giving it to you for the low, low price of free. So come on, that's a deal. That's girl money. You're making
Gag.
money. By showing up to my event, you're making $299.
Yeah, you're throwing money away if you don't come. You're setting it on fire in a pit.
And with that, we're going to finish off our little tiramisu
Let's try to like ASMR
from
it.
Fluid. Nom, 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 nom.
It's not an ASMR food. It melts in your mouth. It's really delicious.
Well, it's just
Some good shit.
so good.
Where's the Spanish octopus
I'm telling you. Bring it back, chef.
with the chickpeas?
Okay. All right. Yeah, this is giving very Crumble vibes for us to finish the podcast eating.
You've got chocolate on your teeth.
Of course I do. Of course I do. Because that's this kind of podcast today.
Yeah. I love ASMR. Send audio recordings of you eating.
Okay, am I good?
You're good.
Okay, good. I can actually sign off now. So with that, we're gonna say goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
MeMeCherry.